Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to a March 2024 LEGO Star Wars Cop or Drop. First up, we have the 75375 Millennium Falcon. This set is 921 pieces and going for $85. The set is beautiful. It's great design. This might be the best looking Millennium Falcon ever, bar the UCS version, of course. But for me, this set is just a drop. It's a really steep price for what it is. Again, $85. I think the price per piece on this is good, but once again, I've seen some in-hand photos, and it just doesn't look worth the price of $85. Also, I think I just enjoy other scales more. So the play scales and the UCS version, I just enjoy that scale more than the MIDI scale for this, and I know it's going to be available basically whenever I want in another scale, right? This is maybe the most popular ship in the line. So ultimately, for me, in MIDI scale, I'm just not that into it. Next up is the 75376 Tantive 4 for 654 pieces, $80. This is a very good design. I don't think it looks quite as good as the Falcon does in this MIDI scale design, but it's still a great design. The back engines are beautiful. I know some people have had a little bit of criticism of the top cockpit part at the front, but I think it looks fine in the scale. I don't have much of an issue with it, but still, this is a drop for me. Really the same as the Falcon. I think other scales of the Tantive 4 look better. The one that came out in 2019, the play scale version, I just enjoyed more as a set. And on these MIDI scale sets, the stand just adds, I think, too much cost for me. It doesn't really do much. I do like the way the stand kind of props them up, but I don't love how it displays them flat, not at an angle, right? I think for the Tantive 4, this could have used a more dynamic stand, similar to the Millennium Falcon design. And finally, for the MIDI scale Starship collection, we have the 75377 Invisible Hand. It's 557 pieces for $50. This is the only one where I've seen in hand looks like it's worth the price, right? It looks like it's worth $50, and I think it's a really cool design. I do agree with a lot of people when they say the bridge, or not the bridge, the observation platform looks a little strange at that angle. But overall, I think the design looks great, right? And honestly, this is something that's a unique ship, right? This is something that's never been made before. And I think for that reason, I really enjoy it in this scale. Because it's not something we've gotten in play scale before. It's not something we've gotten in UCS scale before. And I also hope that they decide to release a vendor in the same scale alongside with it. I think it would be such a great pairing. So because of all of that, this is a cop for me. Another set releasing in March is the 75379 R2D2 for 1,050 pieces and $100. This is a great looking model. I think it looks a lot better than the $200 version in a lot of ways, right? I think it fits the curvature of the design a lot more, and I think the curves on it just look more natural, right? So I think it fits the scale a lot better. Also, I thought the attachments were well done. They didn't necessarily need to be integrated into the design. I like how you could just add them on later, right? There wasn't really a need for them to be integrated into the body of the R2-D2. Also, the Darth Malak is obviously very cool, unique figure we've never gotten before for an anniversary figure. But for now, this set is a drop for me. It's really dependent on what the C-3PO that's rumored to come out later this year looks like. To me, this is a companion set to that C-3PO. So if that C-3PO is good, then this is a cop for me, but for right now, it's a drop. And the final set of the March wave is the 75387 boarding the Tantive 4. 502 pieces, $55. Pretty good deal. I don't have any particular problem with the price. I do think it's a little expensive, obviously, but pretty good pricing there. This one's definitely a cop for me. It's a cool design. Play features are really nice on this one, and I love the wall design. It's really well done. They used pieces integrated there to make it look like the Tantive 4 hallway. I do think the figures are just fine. I would love better Stormtrooper helmets. Dual molded leg on the Rebels would be nice as well. And the Fives helmet obviously is not great. I'm sure you guys have heard all about that. So I think it's a good figure selection, but they could have been better executed. I think Lego needs to go in and change up those stormtroopers. I'm kind of sick of them. But I think the combining feature is really the part that sells the set, right? Being able to combine multiple of these is something that's really cool and definitely something I'm going to do. So ultimately, this is a cop for me. This March wave was a really good wave, I think. Depending on what you're into, there's a little bit of everything, and maybe there weren't a ton that I would personally pick up and cop, but overall, a very good March wave that I am happy with.